On August 14th, Planet Labs captured an image of a mystery bomber-sized aircraft in China at the secretive Malan Test and Development Airbase, often compared in function to the US Area 51 near Groom Lake. The image wasn't noticed until September 18th, when the Warzone publication reported it. Its implications are frankly huge. What does it show? A big flying wing aircraft. Because the runway's dimensions and markings at Malan are known, the aircraft can be sized fairly accurately. Wingspan about 42 meters, fuselage length 23 to 24 meters. For comparison, the US B-21 stealth bomber is slightly smaller, with a 41-meter wingspan and 20-meter length. B-21's true dimensions, interestingly, were first revealed in 2024 via a Chinese satellite image. The older US B-2 bomber is larger still, with a 52-meter wingspan but still a 20-meter long fuselage. Crucially, the plane was spotted not at a factory airfield but at China's Air Force test base, suggesting it may be past prototype validation and could already be flight testing for the PLA. The US B-21 development is at a similar stage. Malan base role is also telling. While other development bases handle aircraft like the J-20 stealth fighter, Malan focuses more on unmanned systems. Previous photos have shown numerous drones tested there, including ground strike mission types. The image resolution is too poor to confirm whether the aircraft is manned, but its location hints it may be unmanned. Another indication for that is its size. China's H-20 bomber, a manned intercontinental design, is expected to be closer to the B-2 in scale. Development of the H-20 appears delayed, possibly with design changes. While it's possible this mystery aircraft is the H-20, it seems more likely to be an unmanned next-generation strike aircraft. The H-20 is still rumored to be in development, potentially redesigned away from its original subsonic flying wing concept. If so, this new aircraft might reflect that initial H-20 design, but perhaps shrunken down. If it was unmanned, that might make a subsonic flying wing design more acceptable to China, since no crew would be at risk if shot down. Lately, rumors have it that the subsonic stealth manned bomber goal is not gonna cut it anymore. How do we know this mystery plane is more of a bomber than another type of aircraft? At its size, few other roles fit. It's clearly not a transport or tanker, as no one builds those in this form. If not a strike aircraft, the only other option would be surveillance or recon, but evidence points otherwise. China already has an even larger wingspan flying wing aircraft, likely for reconnaissance, first spotted at Malan in June. Its long wingspan to length ratio and shallow leading edge wing sweep suggest optimization for slow, high altitude cruising, recon missions. The new aircraft, by contrast, has a more sharply swept wing, like the B-2, optimized for high subsonic speed flight at normal operational altitudes. It also differs from the CH-7 flying wing prototype, also likely for recon, which has shallower sweep, shorter fuselage, and is smaller overall. With other recon assets, China simply doesn't need yet another recon plane. Notably, this mystery aircraft has a very long fuselage, unnecessary for recon, but essential for housing long weapons like ballistic missiles. For perspective, this cool B-21 image shows its main weapon bay doors. Those measure just over 8 meters long. Given its longer fuselage, the Chinese aircraft could house a 10-meter long weapon bay. Overlaying the two shows nearly identical wing sweep. The Chinese design is likely less stealthy due to its crank kite layout, as the B-21's continuous leading edge is superior for stealth. Still, if it lacks a cockpit and is built with advanced materials, it may still achieve significant stealth levels. Image resolution is too poor to confirm, but shadows suggest multiple rear engines, likely 2 to 4, depending on thrust needs. While many expected the manned H-20, China appears to have unveiled what is essentially an unmanned bomber, potentially close to the B-21 in range and payload, and possibly even in stealth. Though, given China's strategic needs and the fact it's surrounded by US allies, it may trade some range for extra payload. Theoretically, it may have been sized around the missile seen on H-6 bomber, which is around 12 meters long, though that would be really pushing it for a weapon bay on this fuselage. No nation has ever made a dedicated unmanned bomber of this size before. That alone makes this a major development. Being unmanned but still not huge, China might produce them in quantity. The full impact, however, will only become clear in years to come. And remember, Binkov may talk about war, but only real peace can bring us all together.